Yeah, and it's already over again because this part is too short. Hello everybody and welcome to day 51 of my Jaguar S-Type restoration project. First I want to give you a quick update on the engine. I took it to the machine shop last Wednesday, and what shall I say, my measurements were correct, and bolting back the lower block didn't make any change. Cylinder bore wear is still at the maximum of 0.07 of a millimeter. One cylinder is out of round about 0.1 of a millimeter. And the guys there suggested to bore the sleeves to an oversize of 0.25 millimeters. That's what I will do, and the first step now is to order custom pistons fitting to a cylinder bore of 86.25. Speaking of pistons, let's attempt those in the transmission. Pistons are essential parts in an automatic gearbox because they distribute the oil pressure onto the clutch packs. With other words, the clutches are applied by those pistons. Consequently, an automatic transmission with 4 clutches or brakes, as mine is, needs 4 pistons to function. All the drums with pistons inside are spread out here, and today's task is to get the pistons out somehow. Getting this job done requires a 4-legged spring compressor, 4 legs, because otherwise this kind of springs can't be relieved here on the inside. By the way, I wouldn't assemble this compressor as shown here, and compressed air to push out the piston. I have no air compressor, but maybe there's a workaround. Let's see. So let's attempt the B drum. The first step is installing the spring compressor. Yeah, and it's already over again because this part is too short. I'm not able to get the retainer onto that. This drum simply is too long. So I'm back from the hardware shop. This threaded rod has the same diameter but is much longer than the original one. Now I have to get this centered and make sure that all parts of the spring have contact to one of the legs of the compressor. Okay, this seems to be achieved now. So, next problem, that's a 21 nut. I only have wrenches for 20 and 22, but who cares? And actually, the spring is depressed now. Here is the end of the snap ring that has to be pried out now. There's not much tension on this. No, maybe the drum has to come even further down, yes. Now there's enough space for the snap ring to pop out. Yes, and here it is. I think I now can relieve the compressor. In the next step, this washer and the cap spring come out. This recessed side belongs to the top. And here's the spring. Now there's one more snap ring here underneath. To get this out, I have to use snap ring pliers. This has very high tension on it. Got no idea how to pry this out, because I can't get the screwdriver there from the side. think it works out that way. So one more try. Let's try it with this picking tool. And actually that works. Or at least it was a good beginning. I have to get both ends up. Now come on. Yeah, it works by working around. From one side to another, I want to say. But again, I think that's a one-time snap ring that's put in the factory and shall stay there in place forever. But now it's coming off. Yeah, here it is. This snap ring is the same on both sides. Yeah, and that's a piston. No pressurized air required here to get this out. And to get this big assembly here out, I guess I'm able to lever this out here from the side, from the outside, and work around. That seems to be the actual piston, because this area here applies pressure onto the clutches here inside. But also this came out without any use of an air compressor or compressed air at all. I just can't grab it here. But there's an easy solution for that, I guess. So that's the big B-drum piston. To do the rebuild next time, I will have to change 3 O-rings, 2 on the big piston and 1 here on this part. Now up to the A drum with the planetary carrier here inside. I'm not 100% sure where I have to apply pressure here, but I guess directly onto the carrier assembly, because the snap ring is sitting here. I must turn around the retainer plate because these ends would hurt the drum. So, let's go. The carrier assembly is moving down already. And I guess the snap ring will pop out. This time, to make it easy, very little tension on the snap ring and 2 holes at the ends. Yeah, but one leg of the compressor is sitting directly on the snap ring. I have to move this a little bit more outwards, yes. Second try. Yes, and here's the snap ring. Looks similar on both sides. Using the smaller rod, the shorter rod, would have saved time now. Nothing is moving. But now it comes out. That's the planetary carrier. Again, a cup spring. Yeah, and the big piston. but again, no air pressure available here. I'm not sure if I can pry this out somehow. I'm afraid no. It's turning at least. If something is turning, it may also come out. And try to turn while pulling upwards a little bit. Yes, it came upwards on this side a little bit, where I have been pulling with the pliers. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Yeah, around 1 or 2 millimeters. Yes. And here it goes. Here I will only have to change out the 2 O-rings directly on the drum. So let's attempt the C brake. To get this snap ring out first, I have to press down here. Again, the snap ring seems freed. Okay. The ends of the snap ring are too close together to fit snap ring pliers in between. That's no good. Oh yes, now it works out. And actually, there's hardly any tension at all on this snap ring. Voila. And again the spring. Now the instructions tell me to turn this assembly around. Whew, that's a big spring. I hope I can get pressure on this. No, doesn't look good. Maybe I can try this part here. Yes, I simply use this cup I removed from the opposite side to apply pressure on the spring, but not to cause any damage. I first applied duct tape onto this part. So let's give it a try. We'll try to press onto the reinforced part here. Again, it's moving. So no idea which of those rings have to be removed first. The instructions tell me take out the split retaining ring, stop ring, and remove cup spring. So there has to be a split retaining ring and a stop ring. I can imagine that this one is the split retaining ring. At least it seems to be made of 2 parts, yes. But it doesn't come out yet. Okay, of course it doesn't come out because I put this cup here on top. That was necessary to get the spring compressed. It would come out, but the legs of the compressor must be positioned a little bit further on the outside to leave some space for this ring. A little bit more tension is required here. Yes. One half is out. And the second half on this side. This would work better, of course, without this cup in place, and especially without the duct tape. That makes the space even tighter. And turn this towards the other side. Seems to come out there easier. The upper retainer came out by itself. This also consists of 2 halves. Voila! I hope I haven't caused any damage to this cup. No, looks like new. Another spring on this side. And finally a piston. I guess it's this one. And I'm quite sure this can easily be taken out. Yes, and here it is. Piston of the C brake. On this assembly I will have to change out 2 O-rings here on the drum and 1 more here inside the piston. You may ask, and what about the E-drum piston? Yeah, this is still inside. This rod simply doesn't fit through this very thin shaft. So I will have to go for a different style spring compressor until next time. I'll use this one together with the hydraulic press. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, you may want to take a look onto my other content linked in the end screen. I'm also thankful for a thumbs up and especially a subscription to my channel. See you back next time. Goodbye.